The Rosary held a special place in Padre Pio's heart. It was, in fact, his favorite prayer. He would frequently counsel his spiritual children to embrace this form of prayer. In today's video, I'll be sharing Padre Pio's valuable advice on how to effectively pray the Rosary. Stay tuned. Welcome to Following Padre Pio, and a heartfelt thank you to our protected children of Padre Pio members. Your generosity allows these videos to reach thousands of souls, bringing hope, faith, and devotion to those in need. Not yet a member? Join today and become part of a powerful prayer community under the protection of Padre Pio. Receive spiritual graces, grow closer to God, and let this be your refuge in daily trials. Click the link in the description to begin your journey. Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you. Now let's move on to our story. Today's anecdotes come from the book Padre Pio Speaks of the Madonna by Father Marcellino Iasanziniero. In it, Father Marcellino gathers testimonies from Padre Pio's spiritual daughters, sharing the guidance they received on praying the Rosary. If you've ever wondered about Padre Pio's approach to the Rosary, here it is. Once, Padre Pio asked a spiritual daughter, "Do you know how to pray the Rosary?" Without waiting for an answer, he continued, "First, begin with an act of love, saying, 'Jesus, I love you with all my heart.' Then proceed with an act of contrition. 'Jesus, I am sorry for having offended you.' After that, kiss the crucifix and recite the Our Father, followed by the 10 Hail Marys. Finally, to conclude, say the Glory Be." On a separate occasion, Padre Pio offered advice on praying the Rosary to Lucia Marandino, saying, "When praying the Rosary, after the Glory Be, say, 'Jesus, I love you and I am sorry for having offended you.' By saying this, you express an act of love and contrition." So, as we just heard in these two examples, Padre Pio underscored the importance of expressing love for Jesus and contrition as a part of the Rosary prayer. This represents a subtle yet meaningful addition to the conventional way of praying the Rosary, something I myself should remember to include. Furthermore, for those who expressed displeasure with praying the Rosary because of its repetitive prayers, Padre Pio recommended focusing on the mysteries, which change with each decade. In a letter to a spiritual daughter, he advised, "Pay attention to the greeting you address to the Virgin, but meditate on the mystery you contemplate. She was present in all the mysteries, participating in all of them out of love and sorrow." For another spiritual daughter, Eneida Mori, Padre Pio provided guidance on maintaining focus during extended periods of prayer. His advice was so simple yet profound. When you feel tired with reciting the Rosary, take a short break and then resume. And finally, I'd like to share a short anecdote in which Padre Pio expressed just how powerful the Rosary is. On one occasion, Bishop Paul Corta visited Padre Pio accompanied by a friend, an officer in the Italian army. The bishop jokingly asked Padre Pio for a ticket to paradise for the soldier. Padre Pio, smiling, replied, "Oh yes, with great pleasure. To enter paradise, something very important is needed. You must obtain the entry ticket from the Most Holy Virgin. If you achieve this, then you have everything. She is the gate of heaven. And the ticket that allows you entry into heaven is the Holy Rosary. This is the ticket," he said, handing the soldier a rosary. "Take it, the ticket to enter heaven." End of testimonies. Now, I'm sure many of you regularly pray the Rosary, and you've probably experienced those days when it just seems impossible to maintain focus. I've asked myself on several occasions, does my prayer even count if I wasn't completely immersed? Does my prayer count if I got distracted? Well, I took the time to do some research, and according to St. Thomas Aquinas, it does. He explains that our merit primarily rests on our original intention in praying. Accidental distractions, which no human can entirely avoid, don't break our merit. It's only intentional distractions that pose a problem. So, there's really no need to worry that the time spent in prayer was lost, as long as we don't encourage distractions. In closing, I'd like to draw your attention to something Saint Thérèse of Lisieux wrote regarding distractions during prayer, particularly those involving thoughts about other people. She said, "I also have many distractions, but as soon as I am aware of them, I pray for those people the thought of whom is diverting my attention, and in this way they reap benefit from my distractions." Thank you for watching. May Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.